Hi, welcome to a little bit of rolling Pilates. So if we've never done Pilates before and we tackle these exercises, sometimes they can feel really strong. They can feel like you have to put a lot of effort into it. But actually I really like using a ball because that rolling of the ball just kind of takes some of the effort out of it. And I'd like you to think about how a ball moves, how easy it is for a ball to move, how it rolls, and it just has this like never-ending movement to it. And that's what I'd like us to try and do with our Pilates. So let's have a little start. I'm going to put my ball, any ball that you have, a bouncy ball, a football, whatever you have at home. And I'm going to put the ball on the ground and I'm kneeling on my knees and I'm just going to take a nice big breath in and breathe right down into my body. Right out into the bottom, and then as I breathe out, I'm going to roll the chin to the chest and just roll the football forward, or the tennis ball. Definitely not a tennis ball, that might be a bit small. And then breathe out and roll it back up. And we'll do it again. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe out and roll your ball forward, you can feel that lovely stretch on your back and down your sides and rolling back. We're going to do it again. Roll forward and roll back. Now I'm going to come up onto my tall knees and I'm going to move my ball a little bit further forward, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm just going to roll the ball forward and let my bottom stay up in the air, and then around the back, pulling in the tummy. Keep the arms straight, and we'll do it again. We'll roll the ball forward and let that gently stretch out your back, and then breathe out as you tuck under your bottom and roll it back. One more time. Roll the ball forward and just reach. Feel how that makes these beautiful snake-like shapes in your spine. Your spine is just moving deliciously. Now I'm going to move it to the right side, and I'm going to reach the ball out, roll it out to the right, and then curl it back up and roll the ball to the left. And all the time my bottom is in the air. I'm not sitting back on my knees at the moment. I'm just keeping my bottom up over my knees and scooping up the tummy and finding my balance as I roll through these shapes, and then bringing it back. And then we're going to put the hands on the floor on either side of your ball, if it would stay still. Now from here I'm going to do some crawling, but I'm going to go opposite hand and leg. So right hand, left knee, and left hand, right knee. And I'm going to try not to move my back, not to let my tummy fall, not to move my bottom, but just to stay really still while doing these crawling legs. And then I'm going to add to that and add a little stretch out and bring it back down. And stretch out, always the opposite arm and leg. So it'll always be the right hand, left leg, or left hand, right leg. Because if you try and do it with both on the same side, it's quite tough on your balance. I'm going to do another 2. Hand back, and 1, and then bring it back down. And now I'm going to place my hand on top, my right hand on top of my ball. Left hand is on the ground, and as I roll the ball forward with the right arm, bend the left elbow onto the ground, and then press back up. So we get a nice stretch on our chest. As the arm goes forward, we let the chest drop through the armpit a little bit, and then press back up. One more time, rolling the ball forward, let that stretch through the chest, and then roll it back. And now, like a watermelon, I'm going to put my hand on top, and I'm going to imagine I'm slicing the watermelon in half and reach to the opposite side, and then pull the ball back with the elbow. And we'll do it again. Push the ball under the body to the other side. Maybe your right ear and shoulder comes down onto the ground, maybe not. My shoulder, maybe not so much. And one more time, and reaching it through. Don't forget to keep breathing. And then swap. So breathing, Left hand on the ball, rolling it forward and reaching it out, letting the the chest drop through that armpit, and then pressing yourself back up. Breathing makes space in your body, because if you think about it, when you breathe in, you're taking in a big volume of air. Where is that air going? So sometimes we only breathe right up here into our chest and our shoulders shrug up. But actually I want to breathe down into the bottom of my trunk, making space all the way down in the torso. Now I'm slicing the melon again, reaching across and letting the ear and shoulder maybe come down, and then come back. And again, if I breathe out here, I feel like I'm wringing out the sponge, the bath sponge, and then breathe in and reabsorb all that air, and we'll do it one more time, threading it through and bringing it back. And then I'm going to push my ball back between my knees, and I'm going to hold the ball between my knees. Tuck under the toes, whoops, tuck under my toes, and then press the knees off the ground and push the heels towards the floor, squeezing the ball a little bit between my legs, and then bend the knees and bring it back down, and let everything relax back into a nice tabletop. Deep breath in. If your stomach's hanging like this, we got to sort that out. And as you breathe out, push into those toes and press it back up. If you think about a table, if that table is all warped and saggy, we throw it away, don't we? We take it to the tip. So don't let your table be all saggy. Keep your lovely straight support in that back. Feel strong as you stretch your arms, stretch your legs, and then bend those knees and gently land them back down onto the ground. I'm going to take my ball away this time, and I'm going to turn around. So if I put the ball sort of behind where my breastbone is, right in the middle of my chest, so it's quite nice support for me. I feel like my body's really comfortable, like I'm on a garden lounge chair. And I'm going to take the hands behind the head, feet are slightly apart and flat on the ground. And I'm going to allow my head to rest in my hands as I gently bend back over the ball. Let the elbows open up nice and wide. And as you breathe out, we'll roll chin to chest, sliding the ribs down, and just look between the knees. So I didn't change anything here. I didn't tuck my bum. I let that be heavy. Again, inhale, and we'll let that chest drop back over the ball. Allow the shoulders to widen. And then as you breathe out and you curl up, sliding those ribs down, bum heavy on the ground. Don't tuck or tighten these hips or thighs. Again, so many of us are sitting a lot at the moment at home, and we're having to sit at the computer to do our schoolwork, and we're probably sitting at a computer or a TV some of the time, watching telly or playing TV games. And we very rarely sort of get to a place where we open up our chest and feel the spine bend this direction. So it's really nice to just allow the spine to move in every which way, because moving your spine provides nutrition for your brain. So we really want all that movement to happen all of the time. Good. Now I'm going to pick up my hips. I'm going to rest on my ball and pick up my hips. And I'm just going to see if I can roll myself back. And I will tell you, my football is a little in need of a pumping. So I'm almost squashing it into the ground as I'm rolling on it. I think I would prefer if it was a little more pumped up. Maybe next time. But I can still roll it. Tummy in and roll it back. And one more time, rolling it down. And bend those legs, and we're going to put the bum back down on the floor. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring those hands around and curl ourselves back up. And I'm just going to do one more little set, because this is just a nice short little workout to see how you like the Pilates and whether you would like to do more. So with the ball on the floor in front of you, your legs don't have to be too wide, but I'm just going to roll the ball forward, take a nice deep breath into my back, and then pull in the tummy and roll it back up, head on top of your tail. And again, and roll it forward Big breath into the back and roll it back up. Head on top of that tail. Again, rolling it forward. Pull the belly button back, breathe into your bottom, and then roll it back. It's like your back feels like this big umbrella. And as you reach it out and breathe in, it's like you're opening that umbrella. And rolling it back up. And then I'm going to alternate, so I might use my right hand pushing the ball to the left leg. And then I'll swap, and my left hand can push the ball to my right foot. Other hand goes behind, so it gets out of the way. And I can look back at that backhand, both bums on the ground. And in Pilates, we call this exercise the saw, because we're supposed to be aiming to saw off your foot. Reach and imagine you were going to saw off that foot without lifting the opposite bum. And reach. Good. And then come back up. And then I'm just going to take that ball up above me, bend it to behind my head. Imagine I was going to throw it, stretch it back up, and again, bend it back behind, and stretching it up, and then a nice little side bend over, keeping both bums on the ground, and back up, and the other way, over, and back up, and then let's have a lasso. Let's swing the ball around above the head for 3. And then we'll go the other way, and we'll lasso in the other direction. Feel your ribs move, but your bottom stays still on the ground. And up. And then bring those arms back down, and we'll do one last spine stretch forward. Relax these thighs. Rolling the ball forward. This time I'm going to leave the ball there, let my arms float off the ball, lifting my chest, lifting my neck and my head, and feel the arms belong on your back. And like a bird, when you go to put your wings down, you put them on your back. So those shoulder blades on my back are like my wings. Beautiful. And I hope you enjoyed that.